High up in the snow-clad peaks of the Himalayas lies one of the world's most enduring mysteries, the legend of the Yeti. Known as the abominable snowman, this creature has captured the imagination of explorers, locals, and storytellers for centuries. Described as a towering, ape-like figure covered in thick fur, the Yeti is said to roam the remote, icy wilderness where few humans dare to tread. But what is the Yeti? Is it merely a product of folklore, a creature born from the fears and stories of isolated mountain communities? Or could it be an undiscovered species, hiding in the shadows of some of the most inhospitable places on Earth? These questions have puzzled scientists, adventurers, and spiritual thinkers alike. The Yeti isn't just a legend confined to one culture. Tales of similar creatures appear in the histories of many civilizations. From the Mi-go of Tibetan folklore to the Meitei of Nepal, these stories share strikingly similar details. Even in modern times, mountaineers have reported strange sightings, unexplained footprints, and eerie sounds echoing through the mountain valleys. This mystery goes deeper than just sightings. It intertwines with ancient beliefs, religious interpretations, and even modern scientific investigations. What drives humans to believe in such a creature? Is it a reflection of our fascination with the unknown or a lingering hope that our world still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered? In this video, we'll dive deep into the mystery of the Yeti, exploring its origins in ancient lore, eyewitness accounts, scientific theories, and even its connections to spiritual and religious thought. By the end, you'll be left with a question: is the Yeti a creature of myth, or something more? Stay with us as we uncover the facts, the fiction, and the fascinating enigma of the Yeti. The legend of the Yeti has roots that stretch back centuries, deeply embedded in the cultural and spiritual traditions of Himalayan communities. In Tibetan folklore, the creature is often referred to as the Mi-go, a supernatural being believed to inhabit the remote snow-covered peaks. The Mi-go is described as a large, ape-like figure, but it's not merely an animal in these stories. It's seen as a spiritual entity, sometimes linked to guardian spirits of the mountains. These accounts often blur the line between mythology and reality, leaving room for wonder and speculation. In Nepal, the Yeti is known as the Meitei, a term meaning man-bear. Sherpa communities recount tales of encounters with this mysterious creature, describing it as immensely powerful and highly territorial. In these stories, the Yeti is not just a threat but a being to be respected, often tied to lessons about human behavior and the forces of nature. These accounts have been passed down orally through generations, preserving the Yeti's place in Himalayan culture. Historical records also point to the Yeti's mysterious presence. Alexander the Great, during his campaign into India in 326 BCE, reportedly heard tales of a wild, hairy creature from the locals. He was fascinated and demanded to see one, but the villagers explained that the Yeti resided in the mountains, far beyond human reach. This account suggests that even in ancient times, the Yeti's legend was well established and respected. Buddhist monks in Himalayan monasteries have also contributed to the mystery. Some monasteries claim to hold relics linked to the Yeti, such as preserved skull caps or skeletal remains. While these artifacts have been subjected to scientific scrutiny in modern times, the monks often view them as sacred objects, symbolizing the spiritual connection between humans and the wilderness. Across the region, the Yeti has taken on a role far beyond that of a mere cryptid. It symbolizes the untamed forces of nature, the mysteries of the mountains, and the humility of human existence in the face of the unknown. These historical and cultural references not only provide context for the Yeti's legend but also illustrate why the creature remains so significant in Himalayan traditions. Interestingly, these stories aren't confined to the Himalayas. Similar legends of wild, ape-like beings appear across the world. In Mongolia, there is the Almas, in Russia, the Chuchunya, and in North America, the Sasquatch or Bigfoot. This global phenomenon hints at something universal in human culture, a fascination with the idea of hidden, elusive beings that dwell on the fringes of our known world. By examining these ancient and historical references, we begin to see how the Yeti isn't just a creature but a cultural and spiritual symbol. It exists at the intersection of myth and reality, challenging us to question the boundaries of our understanding and reminding us of the mysteries that still linger in the natural world. The mystery of the Yeti took on a new dimension in the modern era, as explorers, mountaineers, and researchers began documenting strange encounters in the Himalayan wilderness. These sightings, combined with physical evidence, have both fueled belief in the Yeti's existence and sparked intense scientific curiosity. One of the earliest and most famous modern reports comes from 1921, during the British Mount Everest reconnaissance expedition led by Charles Howard Berry. While exploring high-altitude regions, Howard Berry and his team came across large, human-like footprints in the snow. Sherpas accompanying the expedition attributed the tracks to the Yeti, the Yeti. The news quickly spread, and the term, abominable snowman, was coined by a journalist who mistranslated the Tibetan name, igniting Western fascination with the creature. Another iconic piece of evidence emerged in 1951, when British mountaineer Eric Shipton photographed a series of mysterious footprints during his Everest expedition. The tracks, measuring over 12 inches in length, appeared to show a bipedal creature walking through the snow. These images remain some of the most compelling visual evidence linked to the Yeti, though skeptics argue they could have been caused by a bear or melting snow altering the shape of ordinary tracks. Eyewitness accounts from mountaineers have also added to the intrigue. In 1970, renowned climber Reinhold Messner reported seeing a large, upright, hairy figure while trekking in the Himalayas. Messner's encounter left him convinced of the creature's existence, though he later theorized that the Yeti might be a rare species of bear. Similarly, in 1986, mountaineer Steve Berry claimed to have spotted a large, humanoid figure near Bhutan, further adding to the growing list of modern sightings. Physical evidence has played a critical role in keeping the Yeti legend alive. Hair samples, bones, and other biological materials collected in remote Himalayan regions have been analyzed by scientists over the years. For example, in 2013, a team led by geneticist Brian Sykes examined DNA from purported Yeti hair samples. The results revealed that the hairs matched the genetic profile of an ancient polar bear species, raising the possibility that the Yeti legend might stem from misidentified bears or hybrid species. In another case, a monastery in Kumjung, Nepal, claimed to possess a Yeti scalp. The artifact was studied by researchers and found to be made of materials consistent with known animals, such as bears or goats. While these findings debunked some claims, they did little to dispel the broader mystery surrounding the Yeti, as believers argue that genuine evidence might still be out there, waiting to be discovered. Technology has also played a role in modern investigations. In 2019, the Indian Army claimed to have found Yeti footprints near the Makalu base camp in Nepal. Measuring 32 by 15 inches, these tracks reignited public interest and were widely shared on social media. However, critics pointed out that the footprints could belong to animals like snow leopards or bears, which often create overlapping tracks that resemble a single large print. The search for the Yeti has extended beyond biology into fields like anthropology and cryptozoology. Some researchers suggest that the Yeti could represent a relic population of Gigantopithecus, a massive ape species thought to have gone extinct thousands of years ago. Others propose that the Yeti might be a yet undiscovered primate species adapted to the harsh conditions of the Himalayas. While these theories remain speculative, they highlight the scientific interest in exploring the possibility of unknown creatures in remote regions. Despite the lack of definitive proof, the Yeti continues to captivate the imagination. It occupies a unique space in the modern world, part legend, part scientific enigma. The creature's elusive nature, combined with the remote and treacherous environment of the Himalayas, makes it an enduring symbol of the mysteries that still exist on our planet. For many, the Yeti represents more than just a cryptid, it's a testament to humanity's desire to uncover the unknown. Every footprint, hair sample, and eyewitness account adds another layer to the story, keeping the legend alive and inspiring new generations of explorers to venture into the wilderness in search of answers. Whether the Yeti is a real creature, a misinterpreted natural phenomenon, or a blend of myth and reality, its presence in modern culture and scientific debate ensures that its mystery will continue to endure. The existence of the Yeti has long sparked debate among scientists, cryptozoologists, and skeptics. While folklore and eyewitness accounts fuel belief in the mysterious creature, the lack of concrete evidence leaves many unconvinced. The scientific community approaches the subject with a mix of curiosity and caution, balancing the allure of discovery with the rigor of evidence-based research. One of the central arguments against the existence of the Yeti is the absence of verifiable physical evidence. Despite numerous expeditions and reported sightings, no confirmed Yeti remains, such as bones, teeth, or a body, have ever been found. Critics argue that a creature of such size, described as a large, bipedal humanoid, would leave behind traces like a skeleton or droppings. Without such evidence, many scientists dismiss the Yeti as a product of myth and misinterpretation. Footprints, often presented as proof, are another source of contention. While many mountaineers and explorers have documented large, humanoid tracks in the snow, skeptics suggest alternative explanations. Melting snow can distort tracks, making them appear larger or more human-like. Additionally, animals such as bears often leave overlapping prints that mimic the shape of a bipedal creature's footprint. This overlap creates confusion and can lead to sensational claims about Yeti tracks. Hair and fur samples attributed to the Yeti have also been examined extensively. In one notable study led by geneticist Brian Sykes in 2013, researchers analyzed DNA from hair samples collected across the Himalayas. The results were surprising but inconclusive. Some samples matched known animals like bears, while others were linked to an ancient polar bear species. Although this finding opened the door to intriguing possibilities, it also highlighted the challenges of distinguishing real evidence from misidentified materials. Another major aspect of the debate centers around the possibility of undiscovered species. Cryptozoologists argue that the Himalayas, with their remote and harsh environment, could potentially harbor unknown creatures. They cite examples of animals once thought to be mythical, such as the okapi and the giant squid, which were eventually proven to exist. From this perspective, the Yeti could be an undiscovered primate species or even a relic population of an ancient hominid like Gigantopithecus. However, paleontologists are skeptical of this theory, pointing out that there's no fossil evidence to support the existence of large primates in the Himalayan region. Gigantopithecus, for instance, lived in tropical forests and was not adapted to cold climates like those found in the Himalayas. Additionally, the survival of a large, breeding population of such creatures in modern times would likely leave a more significant ecological footprint, which has not been observed. Skeptics also emphasize the psychological and cultural factors that may contribute to Yeti sightings. In the extreme conditions of high-altitude environments, individuals are more prone to hallucinations, exhaustion, and misinterpretation of natural phenomena. These factors, combined with local folklore, could lead people to perceive ordinary animals or shadows as something extraordinary. Interestingly, some researchers suggest that belief in the Yeti might serve a cultural or symbolic purpose. In Himalayan communities, stories of the Yeti often function as moral lessons or warnings about respecting nature. For instance, the Yeti is sometimes portrayed as a protector of the mountains, discouraging people from overexploiting natural resources. This perspective reframes the Yeti not as a literal creature but as a metaphor for the power and mystery of the natural world. On the other hand, proponents of the Yeti's existence argue that dismissing the creature outright undermines the spirit of scientific exploration. They contend that many discoveries, from new species to unexplored ecosystems, challenge our assumptions about the world. The Yeti, they say, is a reminder that there are still mysteries left to uncover and that the boundaries of human knowledge are not yet fully defined. The scientific debate over the Yeti ultimately highlights the tension between belief and evidence. While definitive proof remains elusive, the fascination with this creature continues to inspire research and exploration. Whether the Yeti is a misidentified animal, a product of human imagination, or an undiscovered species, its legend challenges us to keep questioning and seeking answers in the unknown corners of our world. The Yeti holds a special place in the field of cryptozoology, the study of creatures whose existence is unconfirmed by mainstream science. Cryptozoologists view the Yeti as one of the most intriguing and enduring cryptids, alongside figures like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. Unlike purely mythical beings, cryptids like the Yeti are believed to have a basis in reality, often rooted in local folklore, anecdotal evidence, and unverified sightings. One reason the Yeti captivates cryptozoologists is the potential for undiscovered species. The Himalayas, with the vast, rugged terrain and remote, uninhabited regions, present an ideal environment for a creature to evade detection. Cryptozoologists argue that the Yeti could represent a relic population of a prehistoric species, such as Gigantopithecus or a yet unknown primate. This perspective keeps the possibility alive, despite the lack of concrete evidence. The Yeti has also found a prominent place in popular culture, where it has been reimagined in countless ways. Early depictions in Western media often painted the Yeti as a fearsome monster, lurking in the icy wilderness and threatening human explorers. For instance, the 1957 film The Abominable Snowman of the Himalayas portrayed the creature as a menacing figure, reinforcing its image as a terrifying cryptid. Over time, however, the portrayal of the Yeti has evolved. Modern movies, TV shows, and cartoons often present the Yeti as a misunderstood or even friendly creature. Films like Smallfoot 2018 and Abominable 2019 humanize the Yeti, turning it into a symbol of kindness and mystery rather than fear. These depictions reflect a broader shift in cultural attitudes, where cryptids are increasingly seen as symbols of the unknown rather than threats. The Yeti's influence extends beyond film into literature, video games, and even branding. It appears in adventure novels, comic books, and games like Tomb Raider and Uncharted, where it is often part of a larger narrative of exploration and discovery. Additionally, companies like Yeti coolers and Himalayan products have capitalized on the creature's name, associating it with strength, resilience, and the ruggedness of nature. In tourism, the Yeti has become a cultural icon in Himalayan regions, attracting adventurers and curious travelers. Nepal, for instance, has embraced the Yeti as a mascot, incorporating it into airport logos and promotional materials. Trekkers visiting the Everest region are often drawn to the idea of spotting Yeti footprints or hearing tales from locals, making the creature an essential part of the region's allure. The Yeti's role in popular culture highlights humanity's fascination with the unknown. It serves as a bridge between ancient legends and modern storytelling, reminding us of the mysteries that still captivate our imaginations. Whether feared, revered, or simply commercialized, the Yeti continues to evolve, cementing its place as a timeless icon of both mystery and adventure. The Yeti holds a unique position in popular belief, straddling the line between myth and reality. For centuries, it has captured the imagination of people across cultures, representing humanity's enduring fascination with the unknown. In Himalayan communities, the Yeti is more than a cryptid, it's a spiritual symbol deeply woven into local traditions. It represents respect for nature's mysteries and serves as a reminder of the power and unpredictability of the mountains. Globally, the Yeti has become an emblem of curiosity and adventure. Its enduring legend speaks to a universal human trait, the desire to uncover secrets hidden in the most remote corners of the earth. This fascination isn't limited to believers. Skeptics and scientists alike are drawn to the Yeti's mystery, making it a recurring topic of debate and exploration. The Yeti's appeal lies in its ambiguity. Neither fully proven nor entirely disproven, it remains an enigma that challenges the limits of human knowledge. As technology advances, the Yeti's future in popular belief is likely to evolve. Improved tracking tools, DNA analysis, and remote sensors could either provide conclusive evidence of its existence or debunk many of the claims surrounding it. However, even if definitive proof is found, or disproven, the Yeti's place in folklore and cultural imagination is unlikely to fade. Like other legendary creatures, its symbolic significance will persist, representing the mysteries of the natural world and humanity's thirst for exploration. Furthermore, the Yeti continues to inspire stories, films, and tourism, ensuring its presence in the public consciousness. As environmental awareness grows, the Yeti might also take on new meanings, symbolizing the importance of preserving untouched wilderness and respecting the unknown forces of nature. Ultimately, whether viewed as a real creature, a spiritual guardian, or a cultural icon, the Yeti will remain a compelling symbol of the human quest to uncover life's greatest mysteries. Its story is a testament to the enduring power of myth and the allure of the unexplored. The legend of the Yeti transcends its origins in the snowy peaks of the Himalayas to become a global symbol of mystery and the unknown. From ancient folklore to modern scientific investigations, the Yeti embodies humanity's enduring curiosity about the natural world and the limits of our understanding. It is more than a mere cryptid, it represents the intersection of myth, culture, and science, challenging us to question what we know about our planet. For centuries, the Yeti has been a fixture in Himalayan culture, seen not only as a creature of the wild but also as a spiritual entity tied to the sacredness of the mountains. This perspective highlights the profound connection between human communities and the natural environment. Similarly, its presence in global folklore and cryptozoology reflects a shared human fascination with the possibility of undiscovered life forms lurking in remote, untouched regions. Modern scientific inquiry has only deepened the intrigue, as DNA analysis, footprint investigations, and eyewitness accounts continue to provide tantalizing clues without delivering definitive proof. This ambiguity keeps the Yeti firmly in the realm of mystery, a subject of both serious study and playful speculation. While skeptics argue that it is a misidentified bear or a product of human imagination, believers see it as a potential window into a world of hidden creatures yet to be understood. The Yeti's evolution in popular culture has ensured its survival as a symbol of adventure and wonder. Whether depicted as a fearsome beast, a misunderstood gentle giant, or a spiritual guardian, the Yeti resonates with audiences worldwide, inspiring exploration, storytelling, and even conservation efforts. Ultimately, the Yeti's greatest legacy may not lie in whether it is proven real but in what it represents, the boundless mysteries of our world and the human drive to seek them out. Its story reminds us that there are still frontiers to explore, questions to ask, and marvels to discover. In an era where much of the world seems mapped and understood, the Yeti remains a powerful reminder of the vast unknown that still awaits us,